Hello again. Here we are. I'm just going to have another pull out of the car park and we're going to go for another little bit of a drive. It's been a while since I've done one of these and there's been a lot going on, I've got to tell you. Kind of scary stuff. Shit that you don't even realise. Oh, man. Anyway, we're in the middle of what they call Jamrat Al Khaith. Okay? Repeat after me. Jamrat Al Khaith. I think that's how they pronounce it. What it basically means is, if you woke up in, I don't know, Sydney in the middle of the winter today and you missed your sauna, just come to Dubai and step outside because it's like a sauna. So Jamrat Al Khaith is basically the hottest 40 days of the year in the country. It's a period of time where the temperatures can get up to 50 degrees, but it feels like temperatures, which is the problem. So today, for example, I got up at 5 o'clock, I went for a walk. It was already 30 degrees, but it felt like 40, but it was really 80% humidity, so it's really sort of, you walk outside and you'd your glasses step up. I'm in the car now, and I guarantee you, as soon as I step outside this car, my glasses are going to fog up. So Jamrat Al Khaith, it's kind of beautiful because you don't feel the heat unless you're out walking, and not many people go out walking in Dubai. They get in the car and they drive to the office. They get out the car in air conditioning and go into. I'm just crossing Happiness Street, my favourite street, and they go into an office with air conditioning. So this is a Happiness Street. I'll kind of show you. One of my favourite streets. It's got beautiful little shops on here and cafes and that's my place where I have coffee in the morning. It's called Arabica. If ever you want to go and have a coffee, get in there. Very, very cool. Anyway, this is one of the most beautiful streets in, I think, in Dubai, because it's just walkable. There's great shops and restaurants and activities to do here, and I love it. I love city walking. I love Dubai. Anyway, so Jamrat Al Khaith. So if you miss your sauna, Christ, come here. It's quite unique. So yesterday, for example, I went to the gym about 6 o'clock p.m. and when I left the house, I was kind of cold because I was in the air conditioning all day. And then as soon as I got it outside, I'm like, felt some beautiful warmth, 35 warmth degrees and a bit of humidity. Anyway, I've lost about, 5 kilos so far. So lucky me, yay me. So here's what's been happening. So Meat Magic, of course, is going along really great. We've got an amazing team behind us. We've got a new platform being built, which is going to be absolutely bloody game changing. And I'm not going to tell you what it's all about, but I'll guarantee you, every marketing person, every salesperson on the planet will want to get involved in this, because it's what they all want. They all want access to deals and projects, and so they can go and have conversations. We have them, and so that's what's coming. So if you want to, spend your money going and scanning badges, well, good luck with that. But if you want to actually go and have a conversation about an actual project, well, that's where you need to be a member of Meat Magic, which is very cool. So all the execs are giving us access to all of their projects for the next 2, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 12 months. So it's a really powerful way for them to get access to information and knowledge to solve their problems, which is what they want. And there's a real sense of doing it with a purpose, because there's an impact that happens when they do that. So the way we're doing it is the unique side to it, which is very, very cool. So that's all coming. But over the past couple of weeks, I've had a bit of a health scare. Yeah. And for anyone out there that is living their purpose like I am, you will find that you don't have to worry about sleep. But you do sleep. You force yourself to sleep. But you could basically work 24 hours a day because you've got all the energy in the world because you love what you're doing. But I came back from Sydney and I went to get my teeth fixed, because I've had some teeth removed and because they were rotten and my gums are all messed up. So I've had to go and get some things put back in. I went to get them put back in after being in Sydney for a month doing the Trust Gap event, and the dentist took my blood pressure and says, you better go and see the cardiologist. My blood pressure was 180 over 120. And for anyone that knows about all this stuff, hold on, 5 lanes of traffic heading through DIFC. This is mental. Do you want to have a look outside? DIFC. This is a very cool area where all the financial district is. And you'll see coming up down here on the right in a minute, there's a thing called the Museum of the Future. That is that big silver thing that you can see coming up. It's very cool in there. I took my daughter in there, Maya, and we went in there, and there's things flying around in the air. It's kind of like little robots flying around in the air. It's kind of wild. That little arch sort of structure there, that's the metro. That's where you get the train from. And there is, coming up, as you can see, a very cool building. Dubai just creates cool shit, man. I swear to God. Anyway, so 180 over 120 was my blood pressure. So I went straight to the cardiologist. I didn't even know where a cardiologist was, but Dubai's being so efficient, I got put into one. I got there. They immediately gave me these drugs called Micardis, which whatever they are, but they were meant to bring the thing down. And so over the next few days, I was told to basically stop and don't do anything. Over the next few days, the aim was to try and get that blood pressure down and stabilised. And it ended up going up to 200. Now, for anyone that uses an LLM or a model, I plugged it into Manus and asked it, I'm currently at 200 over 120. Manus freaked out and told me to sit down and stop and call an ambulance because you probably shouldn't be alive. The 200 over 120 is pretty bad. It's gone beyond stroke zone. So I ended up having to go to the hospital and see a doctor and get tests, and it turns out I'm pre-diabetic. Yeah, it turns out I've got cholesterol that's off the charts. It turns out that I'm 20 kilos overweight. I'm like, what? How can I be? I'm 110 kilos, but I go to the gym every day. But I think my cholesterol is the thing that's the concern. So I've got to try and bring that down. So that's a diet thing. So not so much, not too much. I like putting duck fat in my potatoes, for God's sake. I like putting, duck fat when I'm making Yorkshire puddings because that's what I do. So I can't do that anymore, or I can do it limited supply. Anyway, so that's that. So finally, what I've been doing every morning is getting up at sort of 4:30 and going for a 5-kilometre walk along Kite Beach, which has been kind of refreshing. So it's a sort of new thing for me to do, to have a new routine. And what I can say is that routine sets you free. And I think if anyone that's listened to Goggins, you've got to go to war with yourself if you want to find peace. And this is the same thing that's happening to me. I've got to get up every morning and go for that walk to get my blood pressure, to keep my blood pressure down, so I can lose a bit of weight. I've lost 5 kilos over the past week or so. So I've gone from 110 to 105. I've got to get down to a minimum of 100 because it's just putting too much pressure on whatever. And then don't eat too much shit. But I kind of like fried chicken because I grew up with a Jamaican family, so fried chicken is like, what? How can you not eat fried chicken? Anyway, what's been happening on the Dubai front? We've got lots of stuff going on. The platform obviously is one thing, but very excitedly, we haven't announced it yet properly, but we've officially signed the partnership with Sheikh Mohammed Maktoum's charity called Dubai Cares. So it's official. So what that means is they have 20 or 30 very, very senior corporate partners that we can now start to engage with. And one of the things that we're going to be doing, because AI is obviously on everyone's radar, and they're all saying, everyone around the world is saying that that it's all about humans, but they're all using AI to cut costs. They're all full of shit. Everyone I talk to, they're saying we're using AI. We don't care about the people. We're cutting costs. That is really what's going on behind the scenes, and I know it, I'm seeing it everywhere. Literally everywhere. They're all saying about human this and human that, but in actual fact, they need to cut costs, and that's just the reality of what's going on out there. It's a bit disappointing, but anyway. So what we're going to be doing with some of the partners here, some of the companies, the corporates, and the government people, is giving them access to our human intelligence accreditation course. So we've worked with Matthew Byrne, as you know, who's currently working with the UNSW Business School. and a couple of the team, and we've pulled together a 12-step course on how to take your team through a process when you're delivering AI to the business. Because what we've discovered through a series of 1,000 case studies of companies that have tried to roll out AI or some algorithm or whatever where it's failed, we understand what the failures are and why they fail. So we've developed a course around that so you can take that into your business and train your team and bring your people along on the journey. Everyone's talking about bringing people along on the journey, but they don't know how to actually do it. We've actually worked out what that looks like through these case studies and built the course around that. So things like mutuality, things like trust and building the culture, we've got the actual language and the words and what to do and how to do it already mapped out. And that's going to be going on the new platform for the execs. So when a new exec signs up on the platform, they get access to that sort of content, amazing content that just brings value. So anyway, I'm going to the office. I'm going to shut up and drive. But hope you enjoyed the bit of a talk, and I'll chat with you later. Bye.